Hey guys, Sensei Steve here today, and we do a lot of judo at judo class, but there's other aspects of judo, other things we need to worry about. One of those being weight divisions. Once you pick a weight division, you kind of want to stick in it. And so that brings us to weight management 101. This is the very, very fundamentals for what you need to know to start learning how to maintain your weight. Learning about what you put in your body, how it affects you. We're going to start off dead simple. What is a calorie? So 1 calorie, you see a big C, is the equivalent to 1 kilocalorie. If you look at some food, anything with the label, you see kilocalories labeled or calories. Interchangeable, same thing. Those equal 4.2 kilojoules. A joule is a unit of energy. Calories are literally just energy. That is a unit of energy. So a calorie is the amount of heat required to heat up 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. That's what it is in scientific terms. It's just a unit of energy. So what has calories? That brings us to macronutrients. We talk a lot about nutrients. Foods have nutrients, but there's 3 big ones that actually have calories, that being carbohydrates, protein, and fats. Carbohydrates and protein both have 4 calories per 1 gram. Fats have 9 calories per 1 gram. Other nutrients, micronutrients, like vitamins and minerals, they're very important for your body. You need them, but they have no energy in them. They do other things for your bodies. They don't have a huge impact on your weight management. You need to pay attention to them and eat healthy, but these 3 things are what actually determine whether or not you're gaining or not getting energy. So now we move over to here. How you manage gaining and losing weight all boils down to calories in versus calories out. If you take in more calories than you burn in a day, you gain weight. If you take in less calories than you burn in a day, you lose weight. It's that simple. All the different diets and exercise plans and all of that are just different ways of managing calories in and calories out. Unless you have a specific medical condition or there's something else weird going on, this works. The human body's built to work that way. So right here, this TDEE is your total daily energy expenditure. There are a lot of calculators online that will help you figure out how many calories you burn in a day doing nothing. I work a desk job, maybe you go to school, maybe you go to work a very physical job. Those will affect just how many calories you burn in a day. That doesn't take into account if you go for a run, if you come to judo, if you do any other exercising. That's added on top of this. This is just your standard calories you burn in a day. Me, I'm 81 kilograms. I sit at a desk all day at work. On a day when I don't do judo or I don't go to the gym, I burn about 2,100 calories a day. That's just baseline. If you can get those numbers, just Google it, TDEE. You put in your age, you put in your weight, and that will give you a rough idea of how many calories you burn in a day. So if you want to burn weight, if you want to lose weight, 1 kilogram of body fat is the equivalent to 7,700 calories. So 1 pound of fat, about 3,500 calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, you want to do it gradually. If you try to cut your calories too aggressively, you'll feel very lethargic, you'll start to get sick, you will get ill, and sure, you'll lose weight fast, but you'll feel like garbage. And if you're cutting too many calories, you won't be able to come and train properly. Your physical health will deteriorate. So you want to do it very gradually and in a controlled fashion. Same way if you're trying to gain weight, like say you're getting taller and you're finally moving into a new weight category, but you're right at the very bottom, you want to get to the top. You don't want to just eat as much as you can to get to that weight as quickly as you can, because you're not going to gain muscle and the type of body weight that you want that will help you fight better. You're going to get some extra body fat, and that's just weight you have to carry around that doesn't help you move other people. So if you're going up or down, if you're trying to change that weight, you want to go about 0.5 kilogram per week. You can go faster and slower than that, but there's going to be consequences. So if you have the time, if you're not pressed because there's a tournament or something coming up, like right now, you got all summer. If you're trying to pick a weight that you want to be at, try to aim for this, about 0.5 kilogram or about 1 pound a week maximum. There's no rush. So for that, you'll calculate your total, your TDEE, and then you count your calories. You just keep track general, like you can get a scale and measure your food, because there's lots of information online for how many calories are in, say, 1 pound of chicken breast. Or if you're eating packaged food, the information's right there in the package. You can look at that, write it all down, or use an app like MyFitnessPal. I'm sure there's lots of other apps out there. For me, most of the time, I just write it down in a little notebook. I just keep track of what I'm eating. That way I know it's there and I can refer back to it. I eat a lot of the same meals over and over again. So I make it once, I figure out how many calories are in that meal, I work with that. I also figure out how many macronutrients are in that meal and try to get me a general ballpark. I'm going to do a separate video going more into nutrition specifically. I'll get more into the different macronutrients. For now, broad strokes and calories. So the point I was getting to is if you're going up for 0.5 kilogram per week or down, it's about a 500 calorie surplus or deficit. So if I need 2,100 calories a day and I want to gain 0.5 kilogram a week, I want to eat about 2,600 calories a day. And I'll keep writing that down, how much food I take in, and work off that calculator. And this number will change as your weight goes up. And same thing going down. If I'm, my TDE, 2,100 calories, if I want to start losing weight in a nice controlled fashion, I don't want to go more than 500 calorie deficit because of the consequences I talked about. So if you start keeping track of your weight every day and you're doing this, you'll first, if you're going down, you see a steep drop off. That's water weight. This tricks a lot of people. It goes down really fast, and a lot of people that are new to this will expect it to keep dropping at that rate and they'll feel really good, and then it'll kind of level off, probably even more so than this graph has. But if you stick with it, it'll go down more or less, up and down a little bit, kind of a bumpy ride, moving downward. Same thing with the gain. You're changing your diet. You're all of a sudden taking in more food. There's more food in your guts. You're drinking more fluids. You fluff up right away. So you're going to gain a little bit of extra weight. And then it's going to taper off and be a slow gain coming up. And if you're actually keeping track of this, one day you'd be here. And the next day you drop down there and it might be up, then down, and same, then up, and then way down, then up a little bit more, and down. Just like that. It's not going to be a nice, smooth line. It's going to be up and down all over the place. Same thing when you're going up. So this concludes part 1 of Weight Management 101. Hopefully you learned something. If you didn't, that's okay. Have yourself a great day. Catch you next time.